Alright, sup guys, welcome back to the greatest show on earth. Too Easy Sports Betting, I'm Trice, Too Easy. Guys, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, it helps me and my channel a lot. And lastly, if you'd like to join my sports betting community and Discord server, it'll be in the pinned comment and in the description of the video. And also, BetOnline is offering a 50% deposit match. You deposit up to $500, you will get $250 free, no strings attached, no rollover, it's just $250 free. I have no idea why you wouldn't get your free $250, even if you just done afterwards. Hell, deposit, get $500, get $250, and then you be done. You got free $250 of bets. So I would highly suggest taking advantage of that. It's free money. Anyways, full show today. We'll review yesterday, do a bad beat, do a big winner, some player props that I'd take a look at, home runs. Then we will lock in, dissect these two games, get a bag, and crack these folks. Guys, I'm on fire. All my straight bets, I've been doing really well with the MLB postseason. We've caught fire here. NFL, I'm getting much better. Again, guys, I'm not playing player props. I'm playing the straights. If I play the player props, I count them in my review. I oftentimes don't. I even with NFL, at the beginning, I was playing the props, but at this point, I'll share them. But the straights and the spreads are just better right now. The player props have been all over the place, so I don't play them personally, but I still recommend them and tell you guys where I would look if I was going to. So do with that as you will. Let's go ahead and get right into it, starting with yesterday's review. 5 wins, 0 losses. Again, if you played player props, you would have had, I think you would have had, I'm pretty sure that, who did I take? Saya Suzuki had 2 bases at plus 150, so that was big plus money. I think 0-2 in football. Travis Etienne yards did not hit, and neither did Juju. They just wasn't messing with him, so he didn't get none. But then the two, who was the other MLB prop? I think it was Bryce Harper to get a hit I was looking at. So one for 3 or 4 on props. As far as the straights and your big bets where majority of your money should go, 5-0, just betting the straights. Brewers, Dodgers, Brewers over, Jags plus 3.5, and then the over in that game. So it was a phenomenal night as far as big bets on straights went. It was beautiful, made a lot of money, and I will gladly take it. Bad beat yesterday. This was posted by Stretch 111581 in the Discord. This pretty much is how every bad beat looked yesterday. Almost everyone had Travis Etienne at 50 yards and he finished with 49. You can imagine how many bad beats posted in the Discord. So many people had him at 50 and he cooked so many slips. It'd be dope to see if Sportsbooks could post like how much money was lost by this 1 yard. I would be interested in seeing that stat. It's sickening though. That's just sick. Like you just couldn't fall 1 more yard. I hate 1 yard losses in football. It's brutal. As far as the big winner goes, this is possibly the best hit I've ever seen. I've never seen this before. This was posted by King J the Bull in Discord. He cashed in the very first inning a 2-run home run slip, 50 to 1300. I have never seen that in my life. I've never seen that. Andrew Vaughn, Saya Suzuki home runs back to back. First inning cash. I've never seen that. Have you guys ever seen a hit that like unique before, that dope? To cash a 2-leg home run in the first inning, it's sweat free as nuts. Congratulations, enjoy the money. Hopefully you get even more today. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of props that I'd at least take a look at today, be interested in, a couple guys I would target. First one, J.P. Crawford. This may surprise you guys. I like his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today. Look, he's been cold. You're getting a massive price of plus 150. The guy hasn't looked great. He's been getting a hit, but he just hasn't brought in anything or got brought in. I think today is set up to be a high-scoring game, and he has ridiculous stats versus Jack Flaherty. He's got 7 at-bats batting .429 versus Jack Flaherty. So the history's there. He just does really well versus the guy. I think it's a high-scoring game, and I think he's due to have a bigger game where he does more, maybe even hits a home run. So, because his OPS is ridiculously high. I don't talk about it a lot, but it's really high versus Jack Flaherty as well. Good chance he sends one. So I think he's got a chance to clear this today relatively easily. So I'd look at J.P. Crawford over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And the next player prop, guys, Vlad over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He's one of the best postseason players there are. Postseason comes when it's time to clutch up and it's time to do something for your team. He shows up and he shows up every time. These stats right now are ridiculous. 2 games, 6 hit, run, RBIs, and 9 hits, runs, and RBIs. It's just insane, guys. Not to mention this little stat right here. 17 at-bats, .588 average over 17 at bats versus Carlos Rodon with a homer, 5 RBIs, and a 1.6 OPS. Do you know that is insane? That's so good. If you're the Yankees, you consider walking him any chance you get. I wouldn't even pitch to him with those stats versus Carlos. The rest of the team's terrible versus him. I almost wouldn't pitch to Vlad today. I am dead serious. He's that good versus Carlos. This is one of the most ridiculous batter versus pitcher stats I've ever seen. It's disgusting. So yeah, that has something to take into consideration. As far as home runs, looking at these two guys, I also like JP Crawford. I also like Vlad, but George Springer's at plus 425 and Cody's at plus 560. And I think they have really good pitching matchups. My model likes them. Ballpark Pal model likes them. So I think that this is where I gotta lean. But I do also like JP and Vlad. If you're really betting home runs today, I think you should take a look at them. They versus the pitcher, my God, they have good stats. So, but I'm gonna be on George Springer and Cody Bellinger. I do bet the home runs, guys. I just don't do the props. I do the straights and the home runs. Anyways, enough of the small talk. Enough of the fun. It's time to get serious. Jump in, dissect this slate, get an absolute bag, and crack these folks. First game is going to be the Mariners traveling to go see the Tigers. You got Logan Gilbert on the bump for the Mariners and Jack Flaherty on the bump for the Tigers. Let's go ahead, take a look, and see where the money's going in this one, okay, guys? So, if we look here, it's about even. You see 60% of the bets on the run line with 50% of the money on the Tigers. And as far as the money line, which you're probably betting, you're not really looking at a spread here. The price is minus 123 or plus 123. If you're betting it and you're betting big, you're just taking a money line. You're not really dealing with spreads. And you got about 47% of the bets, 51% of the money. It's relatively even. What you'd expect to see in this chart is just a flat line. You'd like to see it not moving much up or down, just staying flat. So let's take a look at the chart and see what it's doing. And if you look here, what you'll see is a little bit up, a little bit down is what it looks like. But if you just do one book at a time, you'll see something a little scary. The price is getting a lot better to back the Tigers. It was plus 114. Now it's at plus 120 on Pinnacle. That's a 6-cent change, better or worse, more enticing to bet the Tigers when the money's dead even. This line should be flatlining. They upped the limits closer to game time. It's weird that on game day, you're seeing 6-cent movement on a book as sharp as Pinnacle. That means not just big bets, massive nuclear bomb bets are coming in on the Mariners side to push this up and make it more enticing this close to game time on game day. To see chart moving like this is crazy. There's massive bets coming in on the side of the Mariners. Okay, I know the money doesn't quite show that, but that's the only explanation for this chart. When it's 50-50 split like that, is that there's late big money coming onto the Mariners. So something to consider. If you isolate these, they're all moving up, right? That's scary. Even Bookmaker, although it looks like it went down, it's at 118 when it opened. Now it's that's not right. It was at 115. Now it's 117. It still went slightly up. So if you look at them all together, everything is charting upwards. That's scary this close to game time. So just something to take into consideration. As far as the batters versus the pitchers, this is some other information I do think is good to know. If you look at the Tigers versus Logan Gilbert, phenomenal. Phenomenal, the whole team. Over here in this bottom right, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. In this bottom right section here, you'll see all the batters versus Logan Gilbert historically. All this green is really scary. They can have 7 batters batting 250 or better. Riley Green, 12 at bats, 417. Torres, 16 at bats, 375. McKinstry, Bays, Rogers, Dingler. These guys are all hitting him they have a very, very good history versus Logan Gilbert. That's a little bit scary. If you're looking to bet the Mariners, this is scary as hell. If you're looking to bet the Tigers, the chart is scary as hell. But then if you look at the Mariners versus Jack Flaherty, you'll also see that they don't have bad stats versus Jack Flaherty. Eugenio Suarez has 24 at-bats batting 250 with 3 homers and 4 RBIs. That's crazy. Josh Naylor, 10 at-bats, 300. Crawford, 7 at-bats, 429 with a 1.2 OPS. So these guys, Randy Arozarena, 8 at-bats, 375, 1.75 OPS. These guys also kill Jack Flaherty. You have 2 lineups with phenomenal history versus the opposing pitcher. So take that into consideration. You're looking to bet over. That might be something that helps you get there. Okay, guys? Now let's actually cap this game my way with common sense. And looking at this game, Logan Gilbert, Jack Flaherty. Yes, you have a pitching advantage for the Mariners. I think that's clear. Logan Gilbert is really, really good. He's 5 innings of 1 or 2 run ball. He is very home run prone. He's given up a home run his last 4 starts. That's a little bit scary. But Logan Gilbert is a really good pitcher. Problem is, this Tigers team has seen him a lot and murdered him every time they've seen him. So these batters have phenomenal stats versus Logan Gilbert, and the Tigers look really good right now. When they get hot, they are unbeatable, and I think they're pretty hot right now. On the flip side, Jack Flaherty, he is ass. However, caveat, postseason Jack Flaherty, for whatever reason, he's been in this position a couple times, he does really good. He steps up to the plate when it's clutch time and it's time to perform postseason games, and he just does well. We saw it with the Dodgers. We're seeing it now with the Tigers. That first game versus Guardians, he looked great. Is Logan Gilbert better than Jack Flaherty? Yes, Jack Flaherty is ass. However, postseason Jack Flaherty, just like postseason Vlad, some players just step up. Then you look at Aaron Judge, and he can't do shit in postseason to save his life. He's ass. Some players just, when it's time, they become a new animal. That's Jack Flaherty. That's Vlad. So this is hard to cap, actually. Rather than pick a side, which I fought with for a while, like I would heavily lean the Tigers if I were betting this, just because I think their bats look really good. I think they're hot. I think Jack Flaherty has a lot of experience here, and he steps up in postseason. And both teams have good hitting history, so whichever team hits better, whoever pitches better. I think it's coin flip. So for big plus money, you get a plus 123 on an exchange for the Tigers right now. So if I were betting it aside, I'd go Tigers, but I chose to go with the over 7.5. I just think we see a high scoring competitive game. You know, I don't see any reason not to take an over here. Both these teams are phenomenal versus the opposing pitcher. And both the bats of these teams are pretty good. I'd be shocked if this stays under. So I'm on the over 7.5. That's just what I kind of came to after looking at the game. If I were to pick a side, I'd pick Tigers. Okay, guys, but it's over 7.5 for me. I just think it's a safer play. All right, next game we got the Blue Jays versus the Yankees. Game of the day, because if the Yankees lose, put a fork in them. They're out of there, as the umps would say. So look at the money and see what it's doing. And as you can see, guys, everything's on the Yankees. 57% of bets on the money line, 71% of the money. On the run line, 60% of the bets, 77% of the money. Everything is on the Yankees. Now, if you're betting it, you're just going to lay the juice. You're not going to take them by 2 with how they've been playing. We don't need to look at the spread. You'd want to look at the money line. You get a minus 144 on an exchange right now. So get a chart, see what the chart's doing. By the way, everybody's on the over in both of these games. I didn't talk about it last time. Over for the Mariners and the Tigers, most of the money and most of the bets. And in this one, massive amounts of bets, and the money is on the over. 92% of money and 87% of bets are on the over. So Yankees and over is where everybody's money's going. Looking at the chart here, this is a good sign if you're looking to bet the Yankees. It's doing what it should be. All the money's on the Yankees, all the bets are on the Yankees, and the line's adjusting properly and moving downwards. If you look at one at a time, moving down. You see the downward angle. If it's right here and everybody's betting it, the line should get worse. When the opposite happens, it's red flag territory. Alarms start to go off. This looks right. It's dropping down. Circa, drop down. Bookmaker, drop down. This is what you'd like to see. They're all moving downwards. All the money's on the Yankees. So if you're going to bet them sooner than later. The price is going to get worse. The money keeps coming on them, and the lines keep dropping. So if you're betting the Yankees, bet them early, right? Now, let's look at how the teams do versus the pitcher. And Blue Jays versus Carlos Rodon, not good. He has done really well versus this team. He's pretty much, all these batters have a terrible history, except the menace himself, Vlad Guerrero. This is disgusting. This is the best batter versus pitcher stats I've personally ever seen. 17 at bats, 588 average, 1 homer, 5 RBIs, 1.6 OPS with a 0% K rate. He's never struck out versus the guy. One of the best batter versus pitcher stats I've ever seen in my life. Now, that doesn't matter much because the rest of the team's been awful. Santander and Varsho's done great, 6 at bats, 333 average, but outside of Vlad, Varsho, and Santander, basically the whole team's done terrible versus Carlos. So that's scary if you're looking to get to the Blue Jays. They've not done well versus Carlos. If you're looking to get to the Yankees, once again, you have a bit of a hiccup here because these guys have done awful versus Shane Bieber. They've done terrible. This team historically has done 9 at bats, 222, 3 at bats, never touched him, 7 at bats, never touched him, 3 at bats, never touched him, 7 at bats from Aaron Judge, never touched him. he's came and sliced and diced these guys historically. Now they haven't seen him this season, but historically Shane's done a great job versus Yankees lineup. So neither of these teams have really hit the opposing pitcher well. I almost bet an under because of it, but common sense. I mean, you got a 21% increased chance of home runs, wind blowing out. I couldn't get there. So let's cap the game the way that I do. And so on the bump for the Blue Jays, like I just talked about, Shane Bieber. He's good. He's been good all season. 5 innings, 1 or 2 runs. Caveat, he is very home run prone. He's got 6 home runs his last 4 starts versus Astros, Orioles, Royals, and Rays. They hit him hard. If the Yankees can, and again, he hasn't seen him this year. So yes, historically he's done well, but they've not seen him this year. Yankees with the wind blowing out and an increased chance of home runs, a little bit scary to have such a home run prone pitcher going up versus the Yankees. There are a lot of ways to get to the Yankees in this game. As far as Carlos Rodon, I think he's been excellent all season. 6-7 innings, 3 runs or less. He'll probably go. I hope they keep him in 6 today. They're going to need to. Really good history versus Blue Jays lineups outside of Vlad, who just murders him. I hope he walks him. But I think you have a pitching advantage here with Carlos Rodon. He's been here. He's a vet. He's experienced, and he does really well versus Blue Jays lineup. Shane hasn't seen the Yankees this year, and this year he's very home run prone. I think you do have a pitching advantage for the Yankees. If I were to bet it, I'd bet the Yankees. If I was picking a side, I'd be on Tigers and I'd be on the Yankees. I chose to take another over. I'm on the over 7.5. I'm on over 7.5 in both of these games. I think the totals are too low. And again, I mean, every game these teams have played has been like 20 runs. So yeah, I get they have bad history versus the pitchers, and I understand that, but there's 92% of the money on the over for a reason. And I don't think these guys are going to go deep into games. The bullpens will come in. It's home run prone weather. There will be runs when you see these two teams. There just will be. Bitch. I almost took the Nerfy though. But because I like the Nerfy, that made me like the over even more. So over 7.5 in this one, over 7.5 in both of these games, guys. That's where I'm at. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get out of here. Let's get a bag and let's crack these folks.